Back with another episode of the War Room Podcast. We hope y'all like the video. Welcome. If you just now seeing us, like and subscribe. We also on TikTok, on Twitch, on Instagram, and obviously on YouTube. Let's hop into it.
All right. First question for hot takes is I would rather know when I die than how I die.
Ooh,
Go ahead, DJ. You can start. I don't think you started.
Um, I think I would. Would I rather know when or how?
Kira said
Uh,
when.
I think I would say how. To be honest, I would say how.
I couldn't do it.
for me, I'll say when, because how? Say I get in a car accident, I don't know when it's gonna happen, and I'm be damn sure I'm not gonna go in no car, because I don't know if I'm gonna die. I'm gonna live my life in fear. No,
See,
I'd rather know when. Maybe live my life differently if it's recently. I want to do things I haven't done. If it's. But yeah, that's me.
yeah, me personally, like I feel like knowing how, um, it would get. I don't know. It kind of would give me a lot of peace about it. Like if it was of natural causes or if it was like something happened to me, like I wouldn't necessarily avoid that thing. Like if I got into a car accident and died, and I was like I knew that was how I died, I'm not avoiding the car because of that. I just know that one of these times I'm gonna be in this car, I'm gonna die, and it's like I'm not afraid of death for real. So it's like I would rather know how than when. Cause then
Nah,
if I know when, I'm just gonna be counting down the time, and it's like I
You
don't
gonna
think
be stressed the fuck out. I'd rather,
right.
like you said, I'd rather know how. Man, fuck it. How I know? They be like shotgun shots. It is what it is, man.
Because if I know when, I'm gonna change everything about what I'm doing currently. Like if I learn that I'll die next week, like the last week, I'm gonna be tripping. I'm gonna be tripping. So it's like,
You gonna be in the cut staying up.
see, I'd rather know when because I wouldn't trip if I knew it was gonna happen in a week. Like I'd just be like, oh, I gotta get some
I
shit
gotta
done.
accept it.
Yeah, I gotta get some shit done. I gotta go. I got like obviously I would want more time, but hey, that's all. That's all the time I got.
I mean, we already know
Yeah.
what you gonna make a couple babies real quick.
Wow.
You're gonna make a baby. You're gonna make a baby. All jokes aside.
dog,
Nah, I don't think I can. I don't think I can make no babies.
man, I don't know about
But
that.
yeah, Kira.
Mm.
But if it was next week, yeah, nah, I would like if I had the option, I'd rather know when because going like saying how I die, like it could be literally anything. Like what if someone said like, oh, you're gonna be in a building, there's gonna be earthquake and then the building collapse. You don't know when that could happen, and then like I think like Chris said, I would be scared to be like in certain situations. Like if it was natural causes, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But any like if it was like, oh, you gonna be at school and you gonna just be minding your business, you're gonna trip and then you're gonna hit your head, then you're just gonna die. You're gonna be like, I'm just gonna be at school, like that's every day.
I ain't never going to school again.
Like, so it's
I
like,
mean,
it's
how
like,
about?
like for real,
I'll be
like
honest with y'all.
dang.
I think I'm gonna.
But yeah, when I die, it could be. I think I'll be more at peace if like you said, like
Yeah.
you accept it. If it was like someone said like, oh, you're gonna die in 60 years on this day, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I can more be like, yeah, I can set up like my life the way I want to. And then when it's my time, I'm like, hey, I lived my life exactly how I wanted to. I knew exactly how much time I had, and I lived my life accordingly.
Yeah.
Dewan
This
said
dude,
I'll be making babies like Nick Cannon, bro.
there's something wrong with him, bro.
Somebody come get their mans, bro. Come get their mans. uh, that's so we already know Dewan gonna want to know when. That's, he said, okay, I got 60 years left. Let me make 15 kids. That's not a lot of time. That's not a lot of time.
Hey, that nigga gonna have a whole football roster. They gonna have a starting O and a start defense.
He gonna have
That
an
boy gonna be like
AAU
Genghis
team.
Khan.
All
Damn,
right.
not Genghis Khan. God damn.
Genghis Khan is crazy. Think you're gonna be like Will Chamberlain. All right. It's more
Hey, as
rude to
long as we
show
ain't
up
Karl
late.
Malone, that's all that matters.
What you say, Ronnie?
I said, as long as we ain't
Nothing.
Karl Malone, that's all that matters.
See,
Go ahead, Ronnie. Go ahead, Ronnie. I mean, not Ronnie.
Huh?
Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead, DJ.
I'm a, I'm about to go back to sleep. All right. It's more rude to show up late than to show up underdressed.
It's more
I
rude
say it's
showing
more
up
rude to. I say
late
it's more rude to show up underdressed.
to an interview, like
I
a
think it depends
job.
on the event.
It does. Well, I mean, time ain't real. Time is a man-made construct.
We're not doing this.
It is. That's don't say we're not doing this. That's what it is. Who?
But technically, by your saying, it's not a man-made construct because you just said that there's no original ideas. So then, therefore, God made it.
It's
So
not.
then, that's a God-made construct
No.
because God gave us
God.
the idea of time.
No, he didn't.
By your standards, yes, He did.
Time.
If you
Time.
did,
First of
if,
all, God operates outside of time, so it's not. Time isn't even relevant or constrictive to God. Well, God is not constricted to time. Time is constricted to God. So God already operates outside the flow of time because He is in the past, future, and the present all right now, currently. So it's like He that doesn't even apply to Him. Secondly, one being late to things is not always on you. So I don't feel like it's necessarily rude to be late because you got stuck in traffic for half an hour or 45 minutes or something like that. And then it's like that's out of your control. Two, showing up underdressed, I feel like it's an intentional decision. Because if you're underdressed somewhere, then I just feel like if you kind of are going casually or bummy to some places, then it's like you made that choice to look like that. You don't always have to necessarily make it. Most of the time, you're late. You don't make the choice to be late. Now, some people that just be showing up fashionably late, then that's kind of dickheadish. But I feel like it's more of an intentional, conscious idea to show up underdressed than it is to show up late. Plus, if it's just something like interviews, like interviewers be showing up late to interviews. They be known showing interviews, like they be doing that shit too, and it's rude. But it's like everybody is late. Not everybody's always gonna get to the time that they're scheduled to be somewhere at that time. I don't think it
see,
necessarily says much about somebody if they show up late, like because you could be there 30 seconds after the time you were scheduled, and technically you're late. So it's like it. But if you know you got to be at an event in formal clothes and you show up wearing sweats and a hoodie, then nigga, you're tripping.
okay, this is where I say it's better to be late. I know it's better to be underdressed than late because you're saying that sometimes out of your control, but also sometimes out of your control of what you're wearing. And you
When
let me break it down. Break it down. Like one of my favorite movies. Well, not one of mine. My favorite movie in the world ever is The Pursuit of Happiness. He made the conscious choice. He had an interview. He had made a conscious choice to I need to go get to this interview on time because I don't have this time. But he wasn't dressed right. Even though every day he wears a suit and tie, shirt, jacket, all that, he's always dressed up to the T. Today he just wasn't. He goes up there, he gets to the interview on time, he greets him and everything, and he's like, is he usually dressed like? He's like, nah, you usually not dressed like this, but he showed up on time. So sometimes, if you can explain your situation and be like, hey, bro, there's nothing really I could do. I got here, I wanted to support you though, or I wanted to be here on time. Sometimes that's all it takes, and sometimes, excuse me, being late to something or being underdressed to something, sometimes you don't know that you're underdressed. You can go out with your friends and just be like, oh, we just chilling. But then everybody else be all dressed up and stuff, and you just happen to be underdressed. But you was on time. If you was late and you came up there and you was dressed right, and then like let's say y'all was bowling or something, you show up late, they probably not gonna care. But at the same time, you not gonna get a chance to bowl with them. Like we, hey, bro, we said we gonna go here at this time. Like, but they gonna enjoy spending time with you, even no matter what time it is. I mean, no matter what you wear. So that's why I say I think it's better to be underdressed than to be late.
Yeah. I think being late as a first impression is never a good way, especially like to an interview. Like when you show up on time, it shows that you want it. Um, yeah, and like some interviews, like the interview I had at my job, I was overdressed. I didn't have to dress all that. I mean, it has to be like certain situations where you're underdressed, or you can be dressed fine, perfect, like good, but you can still be underdressed in some situations. But that's what I think.
What do you mean, Kira? You rather be late or you rather be overdressed? I mean, underdressed. There's late over underdressed. So you rather be late? I don't know. Yeah, so you rather be late than underdressed. Okay. Well, she is like that. She always be asking me whenever like we go out. She be like, "Oh, what are you wearing?" So I'm not underdressed. So like, that kind
Yeah,
of makes sense too.
yeah,
I
But
would definitely. I'd rather be late than underdressed. I mean, undressed.
I would too. I'd rather be late.
Because, bro, like it's something about like even in job interviews, I've held job interviews and then I've also been in a lot myself. So one thing I've noticed that corresponds is that if someone comes in, even though they're late, but they're dressed ready for the interview, they look confident, stuff like that, we're still more likely to give them a chance versus somebody who shows up on time and like fucking sweats and Nike slides and you know what I'm
Right. Cause it like, cause for me, if you show up on time and you underdressed, then it's like, ah,
but if you show up late to an interview, there's times you're not gonna get. There's no way you're gonna get that job. They're not gonna interview. They got a slot
that's
for
not
you for
true.
a reason.
That's not true. I've actually hired somebody that showed up late to an interview because they were just that good
I
in the
said a
fucking
lot of
interview.
times. I said a lot of
A
times.
lot of times, yeah, that's probably true. But if you show up, if you for one, if you communicate to them, that's the thing that I feel like a lot of people kind of don't take into consideration. Like they just show up late and don't say nothing to anybody. I've had interviews where I've like shown up late, but I communicated with the interviewer that I was gonna be late, and I told them why, and they were just like, okay, cool, like thank you for letting us know, and then I still ended up getting the job.
See,
So I feel
I've
like
had
the
interviews. Oh, go ahead. My bad. I thought you were done.
yeah. Yeah, Kira said it's like you really don't care type shit if you show up underdressed. That's what I'm saying too, virtually. And they have more respect for the person who's dressed up to par, which is also true. And people see you before they hear you, also true. Like what you're wearing, how you present yourself is more important than the like the time constraint that you necessarily have. Like if I'm an interviewer and as someone who's been an interviewer before, I would rather have somebody show up late and they're dressed like they look nice, they look presentable, and they're prepared because that's also something that I take into consideration. Like you were late because you still could have been preparing some things. You still could have been preparing yourself for the interview or for the event or whatever. So it made me like I can understand that more. Showing up underdressed and you're on time is like, bro, you had the time to get ready, but you made the conscious decision to look,
That doesn't mean you
less
had the
presentable.
time to get ready. If I showed up on time, that means I came on time. I used my time to come here, to get
But
here.
to get here, but you didn't put any effort into how you're presenting yourself to us. So it's like you're here on time, yeah, you were punctual, and that's an important thing too. But you look like you don't really care whether or not you get this position or not. You don't look like you really care about how you're making yourself look to other people because, like Kira said, we see you before we hear you. So if you here at the interview at 8:30 and you look like you just rolled out of bed and you look like just came back from the park, like I don't think that you take this seriously.
Okay, so what if someone shows up an hour late to the interview? Then, if we're going to the extreme, yeah, you're saying like you just
Because
rolled out of bed. Then if he show up an hour late, it don't seem like he wanted to be there either.
If you show up late for if you show up like because that exact situation's happened to me before. I was when I was a manager at the trampoline park that I worked at. I was interviewing somebody, had them scheduled for 2 o'clock. They didn't show up until 3:15. Um, and this person didn't get the job, but it truly had nothing to do with their punctuality. It was because they were just too young to work there, but they were late because it was a time miscommunication. Like they thought that they had the interview at 3, but they didn't know that it was at 2. So it's just like, to me, like, the scheduling of a certain thing really just has to do with convenience. Like, it's not, you know, no one is gonna get or not get a job because they showed up late to an interview.
That's not true. Because look, let me
So you
break this
saying
down.
so you saying that so you saying that if you showed up late to an interview, but you knocked the interviewer off, knocked it out the park, you think you still
Of
not getting that
course.
job?
But look, listen to what I'm saying. Just like you're saying, if I knocked the interview off their socks, if I showed up on time and I gave the best interview and I wasn't dressed up to the T, like I did when I got the job at the 49ers. The first time I showed up, I was dressed up the best I could. But I came back the next day, I didn't have another shirt. I didn't have no extra pants. I had just got my car up there. I was trying to figure out all that and figure out the parking and everything. I had just got a ticket the day before, and I was like, okay, what do I do? I literally got there with a white T-shirt and some jeans and some Vans, and said, "Hey, this is all I got. I came back here the next day because y'all said I got another interview, and I showed up early." And me and the interviewer, we talked about just random stuff. We didn't even talk about the job. We talked about me and my boss. We just talked about our personal lives. And I got the job just looking like a normal person. So if we're going on, if you just knock the interview off their socks, you can get a job either way.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I wore a white T-shirt, some jeans, and some what's it called, the old school Vans, not the just my weightlifting shoes. Because I was like, bro, I got to get up there, and he
Yeah.
didn't, and they didn't care. So it's really about the personality. But I would rather show up on time, show up early, really, because I always show up early whenever I do stuff. Like I show up early to work every day. I ride the train. I rather show up early, but I'd rather show up on time and be there and be ready, underdressed, than be late and dressed up to the T, because it looked like you took your time to dress up, then get here on time. That's what I see it as.
Yeah. And I mean, it's all respectable. That's respectable. All right. Early birds are more productive than night owls.
Um, what do you feel
Hmm.
about it, Ryan?
All right, running not there. What you think about Chris?
Yours said false. I already
I
know why
I
she
think
swear.
said false though. She be waking
um,
up. She be waking up late anyway.
I think early birds they are more productive. Um, they get up early in the morning. They do their thing. Like my mom, she wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning. She does a little workout. She does everything in the morning before she gets to work. She has high energy. She loves the nature. She adores nature out in the morning. She just loves the morning skies and all. And she's very productive in the morning. She gets a lot of stuff done before the day starts. Night person. Say like I mean, I think staying up at night it does ruin your routine. Or say you got school in the morning, it mess up your time. Um, But I'm not saying I'm a night owl. I stay up late and do my things, but it's not healthy staying up at night and doing everything last minute or or anything. I think, but yeah,
I'm gonna go with, even though I'm usually more of a night owl, I'm gonna go with true, because I found myself getting up for work early and then staying up throughout the whole day and getting a lot of stuff done.
yeah,
So I feel like I feel like it's not necessarily like, yeah, you can definitely get a lot of stuff done, and I feel like it's not just um about like one person being more productive than another person. It depends on the person, but I feel like I get a lot more done if I do get up early and stay up the whole day rather than getting up in the afternoon and then doing stuff at night because I got roommates Clementine don't want to be out with me, stuff like that. It's so like if I get up in the morning and start doing stuff, I feel like I can do a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like night owls are more productive. I feel like early birds being more productive is a misconception, and that's a narrative. Um, because just because you wake up earlier doesn't mean you necessarily have done more in your day. If we being real, an early bird could wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. That really just means that you're going to bed at 8, 9. So you're still having the same length of day as a night owl. Night owls, um, for a lot of the case with night owls, that's when a lot of people kind of have a energy like boost. They feel like they can get more done in the night because there's not as much going on at night as there is during the day. Um, and plus, like early birds, kind of in like I said, they in their days sooner. So like if you waking up at 4 and you work an 8 hour shift, that just means you're off at noon. Um, versus being a night owl. Um, right. Dewan just said we are made to think that we're supposed to sleep at night when it's dark, but a 24-hour day is still the same night or day. But and that's pretty much how I feel about it. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter, but a night owl just means that they do more at night. They're still up and energetic at night. So like just because you're a night owl doesn't mean you're still not waking up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning sometimes. So it's like if you're staying up at night and still waking up at those times, then you're actually using more of the 24 hours in your day than an early bird. Early bird is gonna wake up at 5, 4, and then in their day at like 8, 9. But a night owl could wake up at those same times, and they're just gonna be up for longer because they are doing more at night. So as far as like the most production, especially being a creative and an artist, like that's when people feel they're the most creative. So as far as like producing something or creating something, I feel like night owls kind of do more.
Just for like in the kid standpoint, being a night owl is like it's very common. I mean, a lot of kids stay up at night, but it's also very healthy or unhealthy because you can't you got school in the morning, you got school the next day. You need to have your brain working. You need to be productive. You need to be 110% to do a test, an exam, whatever. Um, when you're an early bird, usually they end their day early because they got everything done early. Usually, I feel like you could have a good night rest, have 9, 10 hours of sleep, get ready, and you're ready in the morning the next day. And you same routine. You get everything done early, so you don't have to worry about anything ending your day. I feel like when you do everything, whatever you want to do first, and do all the stuff last, that's like not good. You gotta like, I feel like doing stuff before you do your fun or do your own thing is better than doing whatever you want to do and then doing what needs to be done at the end. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, I don't necessarily think that being a night owl necessarily means that you're waiting to do stuff. You like your things that you have to do at night. I don't
okay.
necessarily think that means that specifically. I think that can be the case for a lot of people, but I think especially like once you get older, once you get out of school and stuff like that, you're gonna be able to embrace a night owl type of schedule if that's what you want. If that's how you work best, then that's what you do. I work overnight a lot of times because I work better at night. That's why I'm usually up doing my homework, doing my editing videos and stuff like that. Like that's when I'm the most productive.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on Jesus. I think it just
Can I say
depends.
something?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know you was back. Go ahead.
No, you get out there, I was gonna say, I want to say, what if you're both though? I know it sounds crazy, but like, for example, I can stay up to 12, right? And then I can wake up at 5 or 6 and be fine.
Ronnie, you ever think of that's like unhealthy, a lack of sleep? Because lack of sleep could really give you some health problems.
Yeah, it
Shit,
can.
6 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep is solid compared to 8. I'll be honest with you. Like, you can't even nice amount of sleep, especially in the military, right?
We can't hear you,
So
Ronnie.
like,
You kind of cutting out.
Yeah, it's a little
oh,
cut now.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying that basically, because the military, that's something I used to get. Because I would be honest with you, you got a family, you try to stay up so that you can entertain them. But plus, I used to take naps when I got home. Though, see, that's different. Like I would take a nap from like 4 to 6, and just stay up like particularly 12. But sometimes it'll be a longer nap. You know what I'm saying? Though. That's just how my days went. And then I had to be up by like 5:25.
I think it depends on like one, the person, and two, things you got to get done.
Yeah.
I think that I think that like a lot of times I'll be up in like until like 2 a.m. Especially recently, I'll be up until like 2 a.m. making thumbnails or editing videos or something, and then I'll have work at like I gotta get up at like 5:30 and get up to go to work, and I'll get only 3.5 hours of sleep. And then like I'll be like, okay, when I get home, I'm gonna take a nap. And then my boss will be like, oh, we got another shift if you want it. I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna take the shift. I'm gonna get my extra hours. And then I'm gonna work all the way, and I work all the way until night, and I'll be super tired, but I got a lot of done in the day. So
Mhm.
if I had just finished my work and went home at like 1 o'clock, I could have did that, but since I had another thing to do, I stayed up throughout the whole day. I stayed up from like 5 all the way until 9. Got home, did whatever I do, like thumbnails or workout or whatever. Then go to sleep by 11, and the next day, and then get up at 5 and do it all over again. So I think it really just depends on. I think it really depends on the person, and what you got to get done and everything. If you, I'm the type of person that if I have to get up, I will get up, but if I don't, I don't.
Right.
So like it, like if it's a necessity for me um to get up and live my life, then I feel like it's nothing wrong with being an early bird, and you can get all your stuff done. Like Chris said, you can get all your stuff done early and then just be done for the rest of the day and just do whatever you want. But being a night owl, there's nothing wrong with that either, because I've been a night owl too, where I'll stay up and do my homework late at night and
Yeah.
like and stuff like that. It just depends on who the person is. You just got to know like how to manage your time and stuff.
You're right.
Yeah,
It has to do more so with time management than anything.
correct.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think just being a night owl or a morning person necessarily inherently makes you more productive. It's really how you just manage
exactly.
your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I prefer being a morning person. I do feel like I do a lot more throughout the day, and like I said, I got Clementine and stuff, so it's easier for me to just let her run around, let her have her fun and stuff, take her for a walk, do everything I need to do. Yeah, whereas waking up later, like when I don't have work, I feel like I have less time to really do whatever I want, but I don't have a lot to do when I don't have work, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next question. Cereal is a type of soup.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
Mm-mm. Was that was that a question from what? Someone asked you that? Yeah. I never.
That needs to be banned.
Yeah, I just asked that question to make sure anybody was gonna say yes.
Nah.
Yeah, nah, Ronnie
All
is
right.
is cereal soup.
What happened?
Is
Is
cereal
cereal a
soup?
soup?
Man, what the fuck? No. What kind of weird ass question is that? That bro, when the NBA players were sitting there, yeah, the cereal's a soup. What the fuck, nigga? Are you 12?
All right. All right. Long distance relationships can work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
I,
like that's a lucky easy answer. I don't.
yeah.
I said it before. The only people that stay in relationships are people that want to be kept in relationships. So it distance, long distance does not matter if you want to make the relationship work with that person.
I
I
feel
was gonna
like it'll
say,
be.
oh, sorry, man.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say it's just much harder long distance. A lot more trust, and it definitely depends. Like if you really want it and you really love each other, you would stay trust. How do you say loyal to each other until y'all finally meet up. You gotta have a goal with each other, and you just gotta thrive and through thick and thin, you guys gotta work together and it's just all about how much you guys love each other for it to last in the long distance because long distance is harder than in person love.
Yeah.
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 Go ahead, Ronnie. Dang. Okay. Um, it is. It's definitely hard, but I think the misinterpretation is that it's harder because both all relationships are hard. That's just the facts.
Yeah.
And even if you are in person, like let's say you move in with this person, now you got to learn how to live with this person.
Right.
You got to learn what this person's
Mhm.
like being with them all the time, and how they want things to be, and how you want things to be, and figuring stuff out like that. Whereas if you're living with yourself, you're going to be just it's just you. So I feel like both are very much hard, and I wouldn't call it one or the other harder. I think at the beginning I could say it's harder, but as time goes on, once you with this person for a while and they want to be around you all the time, and you say, "Oh, I ain't got this time" and stuff, and then you trying your best and stuff, like you trying to live your life as well as they try to live their life. Right after that honeymoon phase, I feel like they both get hard, and that's where it comes in. You both got to understand, like, oh, we if I want to be with this person, I gotta make some adjustments, and I really gotta try to make this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like they definitely can work for sure.
Yeah.
Same. All right. I hope Ronnie comes back before we move on to the question after this one because I really want to hear his answer to it. But catfishing someone should be punishable by law.
No, it shouldn't be
Nah,
punishable.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
No, it's a messed up thing to do. It really is.
Yeah. Isn't it like illegal to pretend to be someone that you aren't though? Isn't it?
I believe
So,
so. Yeah.
I think it is
For identity theft, yeah, but
identity theft. Yeah.
I think that if you're like getting like if it was me and Dewan and I was taking pictures, I was using Dewan's pictures, they wouldn't be
Oh yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
illegal. They just like that's
Yeah.
like you got permission.
I ain't man. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it should be necessarily punishable by law. But I think you should be publicly shunned.
Yeah.
I think you should be publicly shunned. Like you should be forced to walk down your block and like all your neighbors lined up and just like throw tomatoes at you or something like that, or just scream boo.
Yeah.
And that should be the punishment for real. If you get caught catfishing
For real.
somebody, you should walk down your block and just have everybody in the neighborhood boo you.
I don't know if you guys seen the clip. It was a clip of this guy that had been catfished for 10 plus years, and the catfish finally reveals what pretend to look like. It was pretend to be a female, but it was a fat, ugly ass dude. And it's just like, and it like kind of like when you've been catfished for 10 years, and then like you fell in love with that fake person, it hurts because you fell in love with that person and finding out that shit was never real. That shit ain't real, you know. But it, yeah,
Dewan
I
said they
would,
should go to jail. Why do you feel that way, Dewan? Why do you feel like they should go to jail? It sounds like you've been
Dewan
catfished
was cool.
before.
That dude then he gonna follow up and say you would get more matches if you use my picks for show. Like,
Right. Right.
but
You trying
I
to
feel
send Q to jail?
like but I feel like it shouldn't be punishable by law. But if something happens to you, it should like not like death or anything. But if you get your ass beat, then you get your ass beat. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, there's nothing really like I can't really be like we can't stop him. We can't say that's assault. No, I feel like you put yourself in a line of danger when you do something like that.
Right.
Like Chris said, you had somebody feeling something for you. They whether it's love or they just like they sent you money or something. Anything could have happened. That person now feels like this is a person that they want to be with. At least for right now, you should be liable to get your ass beat.
yeah.
Yep.
Cause I send my sister on somebody on a chick if she catfish me.
Yeah, bro. Real.
My sister might not win, but she will get she'll go out there though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dewan said, because catfishes get different things out of people: time, money, credit, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, both our sisters can't fight. See the ones I was like, well, they might not win,
Yeah, they're gonna be in it.
but they gonna be
They're gonna be there.
there.
They're gonna be there. All right. One person must always be more dominant than the other in a relationship.
In like every way, or like
Just in general, like in general, more
no, in
dominant than the
general.
other in a relationship.
I don't know if it'll work with two submissive people. I mean,
You think it'll work with two dominant people then?
see that's because if it's two
I
dominant
actually,
people, someone's gonna have to take the submissive role, and because two dominant people, it'll be a lot of two bulls hitting heads all the time. I think. But go ahead, DJ. I don't know.
um, I actually disagree with your take that's saying it can't work with two submissive people. I feel like that would be a, a template for like a perfect relationship. If you have two people that are willing to submit to each other, then, um, that's a recipe for success. To be honest, because as a man, um, you have to be willing to submit to your woman in some ways.
What you
And
agree to, Kim? What do you agree to? Just said
she
agree.
I think she's saying, I don't know,
Because
if
the one typed in the chat, so I'm trying to see.
yeah. But yeah, no, I do think that a relationship between two submissive people can work like very well. Um, Honestly, my relationship right now, me and Teresa are both submissive to each other. Um, you know, and it's kind of like a cycle, like a cyclical type of submission, where it's like her being submissive to me makes me want to be more submissive to her, and like the other areas that um, makes just makes our relationship work. Um, I do feel like there are areas where it's like it's important for one person to at least kind of not necessarily dominate, but like kind of be the leader in that aspect. Um, but I honestly feel like being like two submissive people makes for the best relationship.
Go ahead, Chris. Oh,
No,
no, you gave
Yeah,
yours.
you
yeah,
already answered. You already
yeah,
answered.
yeah.
Um, I think I think it can I think it can work in any way, but I feel like one person being dominant is always needed. I think that I think that when you're in a relationship, you're always going to be times where you take a step back. But like I'm not gonna say like I'm not a submissive person. Like I try to be direct. I try to say how it is, and I let it be known that what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna do it. Um, but if it's two dominant people, somebody's gonna have to take a step back
Right.
eventually, and it definitely can trade off like the one said earlier. It can definitely trade off. I don't think that it's necessarily that one person going to be dominant all the time and one person going to be submissive all the time.
Hmm.
But me as a person, I'm going to be me. I'm just more dominant when it's me, and my significant other, I'm gonna be like, okay, we gonna usually I'm gonna be like, hey, okay, we gonna do this. But also, there are times where like I'll be like, okay, so what do you want to do? Because I don't want her to feel like, oh, I'm just taking control of everything. We can't do nothing that I want to do. I'll be like, what do you want to do? And then she'll tell me, and I'll be like, all right, we can do that. But usually I'm gonna be like, we gonna do this, or we gonna go here. I'm gonna be here at this time. And then if I can't be there at this time, I'm like, hey, there's traffic. I'm gonna come up there. And like, I'm gonna get there when I get there. So it's stuff like that. But I think there's always a time where people are going to take a step back, and you do have to take a step back for your partner. But it doesn't necessarily have to be one person dominant and one person submissive, or two submissive people or two dominant people. It can work either way as long as somebody takes a step up when it's needed, someone takes a step back when it's needed.
Right. Yeah. I feel that. I agree. Um, of the three meals, breakfast is the best. I feel like that's false.
That's fun.
That's false.
I don't eat breakfast.
Wait, what? What's the question?
Of the three meals, breakfast is the best. I feel like that's false. I feel like dinner is the best.
Dinner is the best. I feel like for me, I don't eat breakfast. I never really have much of an appetite when I first wake up at all. But if I was to eat breakfast, no, it doesn't hit like the same.
Now,
Like
now breakfast be hitting. Breakfast be hitting. When
you
you
think
really have
so?
a good breakfast, when you
Breakfast,
really have a
breakfast,
good breakfast, it
top tier. Breakfast hits when it hits the best. It's the best.
is peak.
When
Like it's
it
peak.
definitely hit before.
But
Yeah.
like in general, like it's so like dinner has so many different categories of food that you can fit into
That's
it.
what I was thinking.
So it's like it's just
I go with
dinner is too
dinner.
versatile. Dinner is
I'll
too
go with
versatile.
dinner, but because I love making me a good steak, man.
Man,
But then that
ribs,
pizza, in ribs,
like
burgers,
Everything.
enchiladas,
not see, look,
And it's like the
lasagna.
excitement because you got to wait till the end of the day to eat it.
Right.
You
Like
you
that
know
you looking forward. You like you wake up and you have breakfast and that's the very first thing that you kind of do. Like you wake up, brush your teeth, might take a shower, like you waking up and you eat your little breakfast. Like when you have a peak breakfast, like some waffles with the fruit salad on the side and the bacon and the hash browns, like yeah, that's busted. That's real. But
yeah.
but dinner is like you look forward to dinner from the moment that you wake up. Like, man, I wake up in the morning and be like, damn, what we having for dinner tonight?
Nah,
Like,
that's
man,
crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's crazy.
man,
That's bad, bro.
man. Especially don't let my pops Richard be cooking no dinner, bro. This nigga don't damn. Like, it's different. It's different. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
real.
do love me some breakfast though. It's this home cooked like country style breakfast spot not too far from where I live called Our Place, and I'll be taking Teresa up there every now and then, bruh. And nigga, they shit is good. They shit is good. It was like some tri-Alaskan like grilled salmon, bruh, for breakfast. 9 o'clock in the morning. It was like salmon with some hash browns and a biscuit with gravy on the side, bruh, and some other little shit. Nigga, when I tell you, I told them make me another one. It was that good. I said make me. I said you know what? Just go ahead and give me the same thing, cause I'm gonna need another one. And it's not expensive there either, bro. It's not expensive there, cause I did that. I had two full meals on my own. Pay for her shit, and that shit was $28.
Damn, that's cheap.
Nigga, and it was a sit down restaurant with waiting time. So I'm like, bro, $28. That's less than a one person meal at Chipotle.
Chipotle is not that
That's
expensive.
but it is
He said,
though. But it is though.
"Stop.
Like
He's not making me fantasize. Like you need to chill, bro. Like he said, salmon, bro. Like you just be on one, huh? Dining hall breakfast, no good, no good cooking. breakfast, yeah, cook breakfast over like dining hall breakfast for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
home cooked breakfast tops. But I think it's just you got too many options for dinner. Chicken Alfredo, you're not eating that for breakfast. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
but like I said, like some French toast though. Some
French
French
toast
toast
is
is good.
French
Waffles,
toast. Oh
you
my
know.
god!
yeah.
Wait. French toast, waffles, and pancakes. Start one, bench one, cut one.
Start one bench
Ooh.
one. I'm starting waffles. I'm benching French toast. I'm cutting pancakes.
Ah.
It's not. That's not a hard decision. That's not a hard decision. French toast is gonna be my sixth man for sure. But we need a spark plug
Um.
on offense. Yeah, come on. Chipotle is ass, bro. Chipotle is
What?
ass. Cadoba is better.
Go
Cadoba
ahead,
is
Chris.
better.
Let me hear it. Let me
Ooh.
hear it.
Damn. I love Denny's waffles. I love IHOP pancakes.
He's not wrong. Those IHOP pancakes do smack though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the start. Ooh, fuck. Okay, I'm at the start pancakes. I love
Wow.
waffles. I love all of this. I love pancakes though. I'm a I'm a bench. I'm a bench French toast and cut waffles. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
Wow.
crazy. He
Yeah.
but
We all got a
he
different list
really
because I'm
finna let
starting
go.
French.
He finna let go my ego. He let go my ego. That's crazy.
Oh,
We all got a different list then because I got starting uh French toast, benching waffles, cutting pancakes.
damn!
Cutting
Both of you guys
pancakes.
cut
Got to.
pancakes.
Got to.
But I have pancakes be smack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's something about that waffle when you got the syrup in the hole. Pause.
No, the
Hey, Kira, I'm telling you right now, go try you some Cadoba. Go try you some Cadoba. It's virtually the same thing as Chipotle, but they actually have fresh food for real.
Dang, disrespecting
It's
Chipotle.
actually fresh food.
Chipotle
That
is
mango, that mango cilantro shrimp, gas,
See, we don't eat
gas.
seafood around here, bro.
Mango salsa,
We
gas.
don't we don't eat seafood around here, bro. So that don't sound gas to her at all.
Hey, that's not seafood.
You just said shrimp.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's one of the options you can get. It's not all seafood. If you don't want the shrimp, then don't get the damn shrimp. But still, the mango salsa on the chicken burrito with the double meat and the gas. I'm telling you right now, it's gas.
Chipotle still
All right,
better.
bet. All right. Listening to music while you're studying or working helps you focus.
It doesn't help me focus, but I can't do silence.
I
I
same.
literally can't.
I agree.
I think like my mom, she it helps her when she does studying and stuff. Like she will listen to like piano, like Mozart and stuff like that. But I literally can't do silence. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm listening, like I gotta have something playing. Like I'll be doing like editing and or making thumbnails now, and I have to have something played. Like
Yeah.
yeah, you can ask Kira if I'm on the phone with her. I always got something playing because
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I can't, or like or she will have to talk to me because I can't just sit in silence and do work. It just won't work for me.
That's true.
Yeah, no. For me, it actually does help me focus. Music, um, I think that music for me is kind of like it. How do I say this? It kind of keeps my mind on a singular thing. I got ADHD. If I'm not listening to music or I'm not like intently focused on something, like I'm scatterbrained. I'm thinking about 25 different things. So when I'm like trying to really sit down and lock in and focus, and I need to focus on this one thing that I'm doing, I'm playing music. I'm not watching YouTube. I'm not watching no TV. I'm not doing that. I'm listening to music because I can listen to it and still be locked in on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What you mean? What do you mean? The one you hear me bumping trap talking about you focus? Yes, I can. I be listening to Two Chains all the time when I be man.
Right.
What you mean? I'm the king of the trap, El Chapo Jr. What you talking about? That's yes, I can, and I be feeling it too.
Kira said, "Can't listen to songs I know all the lyrics to if I need to be reading."
Facts. That's facts.
Oh
That's
yeah,
real. That's
yeah.
real.
Cause I'll
See,
start
It's gonna
singing
mess you
songs
up.
and I'll be like, "Where?" Like I'm not even reading the book no
Yeah,
more.
it's gonna
right,
mess
like
you up.
when I'm reading something and I'm listening to music, it has to be music that doesn't have lyrics. It has to be like a hand pan or like some type of frequency music, just like instrumentals and stuff like that. So I can just kind of like it makes my environment more peaceful.
I feel.
But yeah, all right. Movies shouldn't be longer than 2 hours.
No.
Wait.
Are
With
you
the
saying
one,
no that they could be longer or they should be
Oh,
just 2 hours?
no, they could be longer.
Okay.
Let me answer Juwan's question real quick. You not focused in, LOL. My point. I'm usually not reading. I don't read, so that that means nothing, bro. So whenever I'm doing anything else, I'm listening to whatever I want. But continue.
Yeah. I feel like look, I'm a movie head. I'm a filmmaker and I love movies. If the movie is good, I genuinely don't care how
Don't
long it
care.
is. I
Yeah,
don't. I will sit in the movie theater for 6 hours if the movie is good. Shit, I'll watch it twice.
I agree.
So for me, it more like a movie's length more so depends on like the plot, the story structure, and the character development to me than anything. If the movie's not
I,
good, I'm not gonna sit there and watch that movie the whole time. But if it's really good and everything is moving like at a good pace, then yeah, I really don't care how long a movie is.
yeah, there's some very long movies that are masterpieces too.
Yeah,
Avatar, Titanic, shit. All the Transformer movies are damn near 3 hours too.
right. The
And they're
last two
great.
Avengers movies were like three
Avengers,
hours.
3 hours. Yeah,
That
and
Justice
it's
League, the
perfect
Justice
pacing.
League Snyder cut was 4 hours long. I sat there and watched
Yeah,
that whole thing. That shit was
I saw
gas.
that on HBO Max. I did
Yeah,
too.
that
I
shit was
did too.
gas. But
See,
But
look, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Nah, that's too long. No, that's too long. 2.5, I can do.
how about three?
Maybe three. It depends on the movie. Like if it's an Avengers movie and I really want to go see it, I'm really not gonna pay attention how long it is until somebody tell me.
yeah, right. And I think
But
movies can definitely earn the right to be long. Like Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame earned the right to be 3 hours long.
Oh
Really, they
yeah.
earned the right to be 4 hours long if they wanted to, because that was 10 years of like emotional investment that we were putting into those characters and into that storyline.
mhm.
So I don't think like movies should just come out the bat and be like, oh, this is the first movie we're making. It's gonna be 3.5 hours long. Like that's bold.
Yeah,
That's
that's
bold.
yeah.
Like the movie kind of has to be gas if you gonna do that off rip. But I
Right.
do feel like they can definitely earn the right to be that long.
I think that certain movies, I feel like I'm just not. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna sit there that long and watch a movie for real. Like I like movies. I love watching movies, but I'm
Hey,
probably not gonna sit there and watch no movie that long.
Dewan said Titanic is too goddamn long. Just sink
It
the
is.
damn boat
They do a
already.
whole bunch of
That is
nothing.
crazy.
They sit there and do a whole bunch of nothing though. Like
That is true.
Yeah,
But it's still a good movie.
it was just some
it's
horny rich people on
cold.
the boat.
Yep. They
That's
most
what
of
it
the movie is
was.
doing a bunch of nothing. Like it didn't have to. It didn't have to be that long. It didn't have to be
Oh,
4 hours.
that is true. That is
Yeah,
true.
they could have cut that whole scene of him drawing her naked. I'm glad they didn't, but they could have. It wasn't essential to the story. All right. Next question, y'all. Short guys have better personalities. I don't know. Ask
I really
Napoleon.
can't answer. I really can't answer this because I would be biased.
I would say
Q,
I
you're not
was.
technically short.
I would say
No,
they
no, no,
call
no,
it the
no, no, no,
Napoleon.
no, no.
I would say they
Don't say
call it
I'm
the
not short now.
Napoleon complex for a reason.
But don't say I'm not short now because everybody talk about my height.
Your
Now,
average height.
now I'm not short because the personality. Come on now.
Kira
I'm
said,
short.
Kira said, tall guys think they him, and so don't put in as much effort. Shit, not me. I
Mm.
put in a lot of effort because I'm just like that. I enjoy that. So I think me being tall is just the result of good genes. I ain't saying being short is like bad genes, but I
Hold
mean
on, Siri.
I'm a tall nigga and I do my work.
Hold on, Siri.
So
You're not putting a good light on me now. You're not putting a good light on me.
she said short guys gotta have more because they height already put them at a disadvantage.
Yeah, what you mean
That is
gotta
true.
have more?
Hey,
What
that's
you mean gotta
real.
like?
That's true.
I
That's
agree
true.
with that though. Like that's real. Like
No, that's not real.
yeah, you can't be short and a dick. You gotta pick one.
I don't
You
think
can't
you
pick
can.
height. You can't pick
Exactly.
height.
So if you short, then it's kind of like you why are you acting like this? I feel like
Look.
short men feel like they have to overcompensate for their height. A lot of them.
Overcompensate is crazy. Let me
A
say
lot of
this.
them. The
One,
Napoleon complex is a very real thing, bro.
I
That's why
don't think it is.
when you see a big ass F-150 on the road with some monster truck wheels and then the little 5'4" nigga hop out the car, like it's a reason why he got that truck.
There's also 6'4" people with that truck. Like, what are we
Yeah,
talking
there
about?
is.
A truck is a truck. But
I'm just saying.
A Napoleon complex is just a reason to make fun of people being short. That wait, no. Make fun of people being short and having an attitude. Let me say this for you right now. There are people that are tall to have an attitude. There are people that are short to have an attitude. There are just people.
Yeah.
But Napoleon being short and being a ruler of a country and being a dictator and all that, whatever he was, whatever you want to consider him, and saying like, oh, he got Napoleon complex. He think that he all big and mighty. That's a way of making fun of the short people lands in like, nigga, you is not him. You is not gonna ever beat him. You're not gonna ever be that.
I mean, hey,
So it's not a real thing. It's just a way of saying this person think that he gonna be the ruler of the world when he's not.
but it's like it's more so the fact of uh, the it's like it's the mental aspect of it. It's like the because the whole Napoleon complex is basically just the concept of like you feel like you have to overcompensate for your height. Napoleon was a short dude, so he kind of felt like he had to be the way he was because of his height. He had to like over dramatize a lot of things and like kind of be over aggressive and this super strict and hardened war general and stuff like that because he was short. Because people weren't gonna be intimidated by him if he was just like a regular, dude, like a regular war general. So he had to kind of go over the top with it. But yeah.
I think we just truly do have just better personalities. I think it's just because like people. I think when you're tall, you really don't. Yeah, you don't give a fuck. You just like, oh, I got it. I
I
think
agree with
that's.
that to an extent. I'm definitely not like that, so I'm not gonna
Oh
put
no,
myself
I'm
in
not
that
saying that
category.
everybody is
Yeah, I'm
because
not.
it
Yeah,
depends.
but yeah, for in general though, I can't agree with y'all that taller people like don't necessarily have to try as hard, so they don't.
But I don't think that goes to say that we are overcompensating. I think that we just showing our personality because we got personality. Like
Right.
we don't. It's not that we get like that. We just coming in here like it's like, oh shit, I'm already at a disadvantage. Like no,
Right.
because me and Dewan being shorter, I don't ever think I'm at a disadvantage. I'm a good looking nigga. Dewan, he be like, I'm a good looking nigga. He got a walker and everything. I don't got no disadvantage. I think that it's just depends on the person. It's like, hey, we have personality. I'm gonna use it. Like,
Yeah, confidence is
Yeah, I
when
feel
you're
like
short and you
it's
have
more so has to
confidence.
be with it more has to do with confidence than anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Hey y'all, but
I'm the
I have
tallest
work right
one in
now.
here. I'm the tallest one in here, and I feel like I have the sweetest personality. Like honestly,
what do you mean, sweetest?
Like I'm just the like probably the nicest person.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm like nonchalant as hell. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I'm not, and I'm not saying that to like this none of y'all like make it seem like I'm better than none of y'all. Like we
No,
all
no,
got
no, no,
Oh
no.
yeah,
issues,
no, no.
That's why I
but
said,
yeah,
wait,
no,
what do you
I
mean the sweetest? I was like,
yeah,
But I have work at 2, so I have to leave.
oh, no
all
problem,
right,
man.
Bro. I'll see
Hey,
y'all.
catch you. Hey, appreciate you, man.
all right. See you
Yeah.
later, bro.
Are we gonna do the thing later? The
The
draft.
franchise.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll cook you a Madden later, bro. Don't trip
Yeah,
on that.
I already played my game, so
Hold on.
I'm just waiting on y'all.
What
Okay.
time you
Cool.
get off?
7.
For sure. Just let me know
Okay.
when you want.
All right.
All right,
I'm a live stream too. So all right.
All right.
See y'all.
all right. Um, so Q, we got two more questions for hot take, or yeah, we got a few more questions for hot takes, and then we gonna go on to the talk flirt James.
So,
Um, Workplace dating is appropriate.
I think that dating, like any person that you like, wherever you find them, it's like if that's your person, that's your person.
Yeah,
I think it's not limited to if you work with them or not. I feel like with like some people, they probably like, oh, like I'm never doing it or nothing. But that's a lot of people say that about everything in life. Like, oh, I'm like, there's times that people been like, man, I ain't going out, I ain't dating nobody, I ain't gonna get into no relationship. Like, I'm gonna be by myself, and then within the next 2 weeks, they end up in a relationship, and that they partner forever. So it really depends on like where you meet your person. So I don't think it's like inappropriate, but
yeah,
I think that it's also it can be problematic. You just gotta understand that it could be problematic if that's not your person.
right. It can get very complicated.
Mm.
Um, I mean, I done had me a couple of work wives in my time. Um, so it's like it appropriate. I feel like it's not necessarily the best choice of words to paint the picture that we really are trying to paint with our answers. I feel like it is appropriate if that's somebody that you really want to date.
Yeah,
If y'all trying to mess around and or y'all really not supposed to be dating at work because they got like some work dating policy, then
yeah,
no, it's not appropriate. But I mean, if
yeah,
there's not gonna be really any issues with it from anybody within the company, then it's like it. If that's the person that you love, then do it. Like that's up to you.
real. Mhm.
I'd rather live without TV than without music.
Wait,
Absolutely,
wait,
I
wait, wait.
agree with that so hard.
The
I,
one
I
said I'm
cannot
gonna
live
have
without
all
music.
my bad. The one said I'm gonna have all my female coworkers unable to work with me because once you cross the line, you can't go
You can't go back. Yeah,
back. The one is so cool, man.
nigga gonna have women in the company fighting over them. Like,
Kira, you agreeing with the one or what who you agreeing with?
no, I
What
think I
the-
think she's agreeing with me. I think she's agreeing with me about the music over TV thing.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
Um.
I can't live without music. I can't. I go to
Okay.
sleep listening to music.
Oh yeah, music over TV for sure. I have certain music for certain situations that I can't have with TV. Like
Right.
when I have a headache, I play a specific song. It's Paradise by Lil Uzi. I literally just sit there and play Paradise by Lil Uzi, and it literally like just I just lay there and I go to sleep because it's just soothing. It's just calming.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like. I mean, a lot of things I watch on TV and stuff. It's not like that, and I don't know how to find stuff like that. But it's not going to be calming enough for me to just sit there and just lay down and listen to because I'm going to have to pay attention too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of music for different situations. So yeah, I'm going music over on TV.
All right. Marriage proposal should not be done in public in front of a lot of people. I agree with that. I don't. I really. I think it depends. Okay. I'm gonna break it down like this. For one, I think we can all agree that marriage proposals are really more for the women than they are for the man. So I
I can
think
agree.
I I I mean, but like, what is a man really getting out of like proposing? Not making the woman that he loves his wife, obviously, but like the process and the act of proposing. What is the benefit for the man in that?
you're because a lot of women aren't going to propose and say
Well,
like, "Will you
yeah,
marry me?"
I
Wait, wait,
mean,
listen, listen,
obviously,
listen.
obviously, I
Yeah,
agree with
yeah.
that.
But when I say that is this man is getting down on one knee saying like, you know what, this this is my person. He is giving his life and saying like, you're going to be with me forever. I don't care if this
Well, he
is like,
asking because women do be saying no, but
yeah, but that's also a risk that they're going into it with too.
right. But
So
that's why I say it's more risk for the man than it is for the woman. Like the proposal
so
in and
wouldn't the
of
risk,
itself is for the woman.
wouldn't that risk constitute there being a lot on me too? Because she doesn't have to say yes.
Okay,
If
so
if the woman knows that she's going to say yes, he doesn't have to answer, but they can still be together. If I go in and I ask you, "Will you marry me?" and you say no, I don't. We can't be together no more. We
yeah,
can't.
yeah. So it's like
So,
it's all risk. It's all risk for the man because
yeah,
in the best case scenario is just gonna be the answer that she should give.
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
that's really it. So it's like yeah,
So
that's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying it's like it's no real like benefit like no real concrete benefit for the man in proposing.
I don't think there's then there wouldn't be a benefit for the woman either.
That's not true. That's not
Okay,
true.
what's the benefit for the woman?
The benefit for the woman is she's for one you are asking her to marry you. So it's like you're so I think just the option in that is a benefit for the woman, giving her the choice to be like, okay, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, or I don't want to spend the rest of my life with you. Like that in and of itself is a benefit for her. The fact that you, a lot of the times, um, a lot of the times, like when they're proposing, when a man is proposing, they're going a certain length to make the night special, make the moment special. So they're going to take you to a restaurant, or they're going to take you somewhere real special. They're going to, spend it. They're going to be investing a lot of money on a ring, or on an event, or on the occasion. That it's just that those things are a benefit to the woman. Um, but I really say that to say because of that, it really depends on the woman that you're asking. Because me personally, I know that my girl is very private. She's a very independent and like private person. So it would mean more to her for me to propose to her in a private setting, like not necessarily just in like a bedroom or in a bed or in a car. Because I did just see a video of some dude trying to propose to his girl while she was driving, which was insane. Um, but I think it like if you know your girl like likes the spectacle of a proposal, then then you just kind of being a man that's in tune with his woman should propose in public in a special way that that she's gonna like. But um, I think that me personally, I would want to do it in private more. I feel like that's a more intimate moment. It's something I would still want to, have recorded and have documented so we can see it and have a memory of it. But I feel like it's a more intimate and special moment, and off like it's more authentic to do it rather than just saying, "Hey, everybody, look at me! I'm about to ask my girl to marry me."
See, I agree with what Dewan said. I was going to say that when we were talking. You're you're putting yourself in a vulnerable situation where you're not going to there's a possibility of her saying no. And yeah, I feel like you saying like yeah, you're giving her that choice to answer yes or no, but you're putting yourself in a situation where she could say no.
Right.
You're putting yourself in a situation to get hurt. And that's why I say it benefits both the man and the woman if it goes the right way. I feel like it's not more beneficial to the woman. I feel like for a man, that is a totally different level of respect, honor, and just love that you have for a woman to be like, yeah, I'm gonna surrender this and be vulnerable for you, especially as a dominant male like me personally. If I ask a woman to be my wife, I'm putting myself in the ultimate vulnerable situation, and I am submitting and saying like, you're my person. I want you to be my person forever. And if she does end up saying no, then that would truly just break a person that be like, dang, like it took a lot out of me to actually do something like this.
Yeah.
But that's to go on to say, I feel like it is very much true. It does depend on your person, but I also feel like it depends on the person that is asking too. Because, like, if you know that your woman is someone that likes to be out in public, but I'm not someone that's going to be all out in public and stuff, and I can set up a beautiful thing for us just in private. I feel like that's perfectly acceptable too. I feel like it
Right.
just depends on both of y'all and what y'all know that y'all want to do. If she wants it in public and you like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like that's no problem for me. And of course, you can do it in public. But if she's more a person that likes to be inside and you're a person that likes to be in public, don't go out there and do it in public. She ain't gonna really like that. That makes it more acceptable to be like no in the moment or anything.
Right.
But I feel like if it's something like if you want to show the world and she's fine with showing the world, then yeah, go ahead and do it in public. If y'all both want to be in private, do it in private. If she wants to be in public but you want to do it in private, yeah, hey, it's either you want to accept that or she gonna have to accept that. It just depends on how everything gonna be with y'all relationship.
Yeah. All right.
But
You're.
I'm a more person that would do it in private. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. I feel like that's not even a. It's not even a hard decision to make. Like, I think I would enjoy it more if it was in private. I feel like it would be too much pressure, and I don't want to feel pressure when I'm like being that vulnerable in that moment. Like, I'm gonna try to remove as much external pressure as possible, make it easier for the both of us. But your friends should always come before your significant other. I think when you guys are first initially like starting to talk, and get to know each other, yeah. But as the relationship seriousness starts to progress, I think that it should like it should gradually flip. Like the more serious you are with your significant other, the more you prioritize them over friends.
Well, what do you mean by this though?
Like,
Like when you say always coming before like your friends, what do you mean?
um, like, and damn, okay, I'm not gonna air that out. I'm not gonna air that out because that's our business.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that
Like just give me like an example where like it could be one or the other.
so. I think in this situation, I am going to use me and Teresa as an example. Me and Teresa have been together for going about to be, well, not about to be, but going on 2 years. Um, I think now I'm willing to prioritize her over certain things going on within our group, just because the trajectory of our relationship is moving towards marriage. That's what I'll say. I'm not gonna say anything for certain. Anything can happen in this life. We can stop talking tomorrow. But given that the our relationship trajectory is steadily moving towards marriage, I'm going to prioritize her over like casual hangouts with us. Like,
Okay.
if
Yeah.
she has something important going on, she about to be in school. She told me she's about to graduate school and she wants me to come to her graduation. At the same time, you guys are saying that we're trying to hang out, link up, play 2K or play some Madden or play some Helldivers. I'm gonna prioritize her over the game and hanging out because it's like there's a lot of things when it comes to friendships, especially adult friendships, where it's like we're gonna have a lot of time to still be able to do this certain thing. There's gonna be a lot of time for us to play the games. There's gonna be a lot of time for us to hang out and go on trips and stuff like that. But when it comes to my partner, um, Dewan just said it like I'm building a life with this person.
Yeah.
So it's like me investing into our relationship and investing into her is really also an investment into myself. because our relationship is only going to be as good as the both of our investments in it. So if I'm prioritizing my friendships over the life that I'm building with this person, then the life I'm building with this person is not going to be that great.
Yeah.
But I think when you guys are first starting to talk and first getting to know each other and like kind of realize that you have that attraction for each other, then it's still okay for you to, kind of prioritize your friends over that person because you're still like vetting them. You're still getting to know them. You're still wonder like kind of in a space where it's like I wonder if we are going to be a good match. I might physically be attracted to you. I might like you, but we're still um, we're still kind of getting our feet wet as far as this relationship is going. So in the beginning, it should be fine. But as time goes on and you guys start to get more serious, then you should start prioritizing that person over everything, really.
I'm not gonna say
Every
everything. I
okay,
mean,
everything in a sense of like that doesn't include like your actual purpose in this life, like your actual mission that you have for yourself individually. Because I feel like it should be God, you know, obviously, and then you and yourself, taking care of yourself, and then your partner, and then it will be like friends and everything else after that. As far as
I
like that
think
hierarchy goes.
I
Yeah,
think
I corrected myself, Dewan, and not no, not over everything, but yeah, over most things, yeah,
I think that yeah, over your friends. I think eventually, yeah, you should prioritize them over your friends for sure. Um, like yeah, like as time go on, you should definitely prioritize them over your friends. Like you said, like if it's certain situations, like yeah, you should be there for your partner. But yeah, I was about to say that the one my
yeah,
immediate family that I was born with, like if if my mom need me, just not hey, and if there's something going on with you, and like you said, like maybe a graduation or something, but my mom needs me, hey, there's nothing I can do. My mama need me.
right,
That's yeah, that's my mama. Like that's but like you said, like my significant other, she could leave me tomorrow. My mama, she ain't never gonna leave me, no matter what I do to her.
right.
So certain
Hey,
situations.
he ain't
Oh,
never lied. I'm sorry, I was just gonna agree with you real quick.
Like yeah,
You
nigga
ain't
just came out of
never.
nowhere.
Yeah, no, because I'm in and out right now because I'm at a store because Cash is not listening to me. But I'm saying that real quick. I want to say Q is completely correct because I made the mistake of almost kind of choosing my wife over my mom when that's what you're supposed to do to an extent, and sometimes that can backfire. You don't want to do that because then what happens is when that stuff don't work out, if it doesn't work out, not to say when, sorry, if it doesn't work out, guess who you gotta be close with and buddy with each other? Your own parent, because you want to choose your significant other over your parent. Now they're definitely gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah.
hmm
I agree that your girl. Um, I agree that your girl should be on the same level as your immediate family, partially because kind of like in a way, she kind of is your immediate family. Especially if this is a person that you're, aiming to marry, and like the 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 Bible says a couple of things about this, but for one, it says that a man must leave his family to cleave to his wife. So that means that at a certain extent, once you get married, then it is supposed to be your wife first. Because everybody misquotes the phrase "blood is thicker than water." It really that phrase is really the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, which means that basically the choices of like the relationship that you choose are more important than the relationships with your family at the end of the day. The friends that you choose hold more weight than the family that you're born into. Now, if that relationship with your family is tight and is close, then that can make it a little harder. It can make it a little bit more difficult to maybe cleave. But I think that that's just a natural progression of adult relationships. Like you're going to, as we live life, we spend less time with our families. Like the peak of the time that we spend with our families happens in our childhood to teenage years, and then after that, it starts to decline. You can still spend a lot of time with them, but it just starts to decline. The the time that you spend with your partner might start off low at first, but if it's somebody that you end up marrying, then that time is gradually going to go up. So I think that at once you get to that marriage level of relationship, then yeah, the wife does have to come first.